There we go. Swipe off the back camera. Alright, we're wiping off some lenses to make sure everything was clear. But yeah, we're live. We are here at a really cool little park that is literally two minutes away from my college campus. I just got to college last week. Last week was my first week of classes. This is my second week, and yesterday I came down to this park during my lunch break. Had like an hour and a half lunch. Came down here, ate lunch, did a little bit of exploring, and I think there's some good fishing potential. I've seen some good records of fish as well. Just in this general area, there's a dam down here. It's deep. It's a good looking spot. So we're gonna go down there, have my lunch, and do some fishing on live with you guys. I have a 3.5 hour break between my two classes today. I had engineering mechanics statics this morning from 9:05 to 9:55, and then from that point to 1:25 this afternoon I have a break, and I don't have a ton of work, so we are yeah, we're just gonna go down here and do some fishing. I already went and lifted in my break, so I did a leg workout. So walking might be fun. We're gonna have to walk around, but yeah, that'll be fun. Did a lift, gonna have lunch and do fishing. So let's get down to the creek. Let's flip you guys around. Creek is down that road. There's no vehicles past this point. It's a pedestrian road, and we're just gonna walk that way. Let's wait. See if this FedEx guy lets me go. He's gonna go. Or UPS. FedEx. Good lord. That's the white one. UPS is the black one. Hey, so we got a bunch of people in here already. Once I get onto the pedestrian road, I guess that guy's making a delivery, so he has special privileges. Super Cal's in here. Raptor Will's in here. I know he said he was gonna try and make it. Al Triano, how's it going? Cole Region. Thanks for coming in, Rod Wilson and Mark Gold. Some awesome people. We got 2 awesome members in here and a lot of people who are frequent flyers on the channel, so thank you all for coming in. Yeah. Upcoming 5K race. There you go. I need a sticker for my e-bike for your channel. Cole Region, I've been so busy with stuff lately, I have not been able to make a sticker, but now that I'm settled down, and I'm kind of, well, in a little bit I'll be settled down and be staying at home for a couple weeks. That'll be something I'll start working on. I don't know if you saw my previous lives, but I mentioned this. This will be only this will be my second weekend at home in the span of May 22nd, or whatever that weekend was, May 20 something, to now. I've only had 2 weekends where I've actually been at home, so I've been real busy. Why no school? So Rod, I have classes today, but the way my schedule works out on Wednesday, I have a 3.5 hour gap between my first class and my second class. So I had engineering mechanics statics this morning from 9:05 to 9:55, and then at 1:25 I have a chem lab that starts. So I have a gigantic gap. I went to the gym, did a leg workout, and now I'm having my lunch and fishing out here at this nice little spot. So Raghead, how's it going? Sorry if I mispronounced that. Thanks for coming in. I think you're new to the channel. So here's our first target spot of the day. Yes, Rod, I am in college now. Freshman in mechanical engineering. So here's this creek. It's a large creek, and I don't know if you can hear it. There's a dam that runs underneath this walking bridge. So we're gonna come down along that little shoreline there, and we're gonna fish there. Scholarship, yes, I got a scholarship. I didn't get full ride because I'm not staying on campus. This college I go to, they actually don't give any full ride scholarships unless you stay on campus and I'm commuting. But I got what they call the Commonwealth Scholarship through Penn State, which pays for part of my tuition. And then I got one through my high school for my performance in high school, which was just a grant to use towards college. So I'm not paying much for college, I'll put it that way. The kid, yes, I think I do remember you. I'm not sure which live you were in, but I do remember seeing your name around. I think it was one of my lives fishing up at the Poconos, if I'm correct. So we come down this little trail. Yeah, I did. I took a couple AP classes. So credit, and then there's this over here, which I think I'm gonna start at this little beach here. That's what I had too. I went to Penn State in Middletown. Yeah, I'm going to Penn State Berks. So that's out in Reading. This little spot's 2 minutes from the Penn State Berks campus. If you really wanted to figure out where I was, I'm sure you could. But that's not the point. All right. Check this out. Thanks, Rod. So here we've got like a shallow run section, but right beneath the dam, it's pretty doggone deep. So let me get the tripod down. 21 people, 8 thumbs ups already. Thank you guys. I'll put you all right here. I don't really have a rig on any of my rods, so I just got to rig up something and get the casting. Oh, and I got my lunchbox right there because I have not eaten my lunch, so I'm going to do that while we're live as well. That's awesome. There you go. You get a good view of the little dam section. All right. I think I have meatballs. I don't know. I think they're warm. My mom said, hey, do you want leftover meatballs for lunch? I said, sure. I think she put it in the thermos for me. Yeah, she did. There you go. Leftover meatballs from last night for lunch. You can't see a darn thing because it's dark, but that's okay. I can say I knew you were when you, yeah, I knew you when you were in high school, right? Not when you were in high school, but when I was in high school. So I think, yeah, I'm going to be like a silhouette if I stand there, but this is a good spot, so we got to figure out something to rig up. I've got a couple little crankbaits. I know there's smallmouth in here, so we can try that for a bit. Yeah, let's try. Do I have a big spinner? I'm looking at what I've got here. I'm just gonna mess around with stuff and then we'll see what's going on. I'm trying, Rod. I love engineering stuff. So I'm really happy with what I'm doing. I'm liking all my engineering classes so far. My dad's a mechanical engineer. I did some work for him this summer and that was really fun. Like, I think engineering is something that I can actually enjoy, and obviously it makes a decent bit of money as well, so that's fun. And then just continue doing what I love in other areas. Continue doing my music, continue working out, doing the channel. I think it's a good time. And the more I learn about engineering stuff, the more I can do really fun projects and make weird things on the channel, which I've got a couple cool ideas coming up for stuff like that. So let me know what the connection looks like, because I've never done a live anywhere near this area. So alright, so we got my casting rod. Oh, you can see it in the sun a little bit. I'm gonna put one of these little Dark Sleeper imitation lures on there. Dark Sleeper, if you're not familiar, is the Mega Bass lure that was the first one to make this style. Now a bunch of people make them, so I'm gonna give this a shot. Uh-oh, it says we got 0 people in here. Let me reconnect. Alright. It says we're back. I don't know what happened, but we're gonna try for a smallmouth and see what happens. Alright, I'm this around. If you do what you like, you never work a day in your life. I work in the mental health field and I love what I do. Enjoy work. Yep. So I realized I have not a backlash, but what I like to call a loop under. When I spooled up my line, I accidentally tucked the line I was pulling through under one of the other wraps. This is a simple fix. You just make a long cast, strip off all the line from your reel, and it rights itself. Because what happens when it attaches to the spool doesn't matter as long as it's not wrapped underneath, like in the main body of line. Because if something pulls on it, there's tension on it, and it's wrapped underneath, your line will just lock up, and that's not a good thing at all. So just do this, fix that issue. And then do a whole bunch of reeling. Alright, see? Down to the spool, and now we have no issues. Now we just reel it back on and get back to work. Let me know who's still in here. It says I have one person. Oh, now it says I got 3. I went from like 21 to 3 instantaneously. I don't know how that stuff happens, but whatever. We're working on getting this rod back in order. We had a loop under. Alright, there we go. And I'm snagged up because I let it sit there forever in the current. We might lose our lure. Alright, I got it, I think. Alright, there we go. Let me know who's in here. That's a rock. It's rocky down there, it seems. I think I'm going to start with something a little bit smaller to probe the area. Let's get the light powered rod on with something. Just kind of maybe get some fish on the board and I don't know, just see what's there. Let's see what I got in the tackle box. I'm gonna put on like a little sliding rig and just let it sit there. And eat my lunch while it's sitting there. My good friend Bob from Anyfin has, if he's taught us one thing, he's taught us all that if you cast out a rod, let it sit there while you start eating food, the fish will bite as you're like in the middle of a bite. So, you know, everyone likes to bite at the same time. And then certainly as I'm eating lunch, we'll definitely catch a fish. That's not true, that's a joke for anyone who didn't get the sarcasm. Just want to put that out there. Alright. Raptor Will says, I'm back. Class just ended. I'll be here for a bit more until I start fishing later this afternoon. Thanks, Will. Got a rig on there. I have like fake baits, but I'm gonna see if I can scrounge up a worm, because that'll definitely work better to just sit there, more realistic scent profile. So. Alright. Got my little roller. I'm gonna see if I can find a worm somewhere. It's look. There's got to be one like back here. None right there. Let's go a little bit further up this way. Huh. None of this looks like good worm territory, so we're just going to use the gulp fake stuff. Cast it out there, see what happens. Alright. 10 thumbs up. A couple people in here. Alright, got a little chunk of gulp worm on there. Chuck it out there. Watch that as I eat my meatballs. I'm gonna reset the chat. There we go. All right. Just watching and waiting. And eating meatballs. All right. Yeah, so I don't have any targets. I think we're gonna go upstream today. I actually spotted a fish yesterday in a pocket just over there, beyond that side of the dam. On the upper side, there's a little pocket behind the piling, or next to the piling. So we'll go there. We'll go to that little slack water section over there. Right now, we're just finishing up the lunch and rigging up rods. So we're kind of in this zone, in this spot, but we'll move here shortly. Got some cherries. Five people in here, 11 thumbs up. Let me know who's in here. If I don't get a chat within a couple minutes, I'll assume my chat's broken. I have to reset it again. All right, I'm gonna do a hard reset of the chat. Stick with me for this one might take 8 seconds, so just stay with me if you're here. All right, I'm back. Six people in here, 12 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. These cherries are good. So far, no fish caught. Right now, we're just staying in the spot while I eat lunch. And we got a rod in the water just because, but we're more hopeful with some other spots that we're going to move to here shortly. So. Rod has not moved yet. Two people in here. It's fluctuating like crazy. All right, last piece of lunch I'm gonna eat now is a strawberry bar. Once we eat this, we're gonna rig up the other rods and get to doing a little bit of adventuring. We're stuck. I was gonna re-rig this anyway, so. You don't realize how cheap monofilament is until you try and break it. This stuff has got a lot of give to it. All right. For me, those of you who watch me, you probably already know what I'm putting on the light-powered rod for exploring and multi-species fishing. Pretty easy choice for me. We got a trout magnet jig head and a little plastic. That's what's going on here. Gotta clean up all my stuff then, and we'll get moving and grooving. Alright. Seven people in here. Here's the rig for adventuring. I don't need to rig up something on my spinning. I got rigs on two of the setups. We're good to go. Let's pack up and get moving. I've got a couple people in here and nobody's chatting. If you're there, let me know. I don't know why. Either my chat's not functioning correctly or you guys just aren't a chatty bunch today. All right, let's get moving. Woo! All right, now that that's over with. 38 minutes in. Got 13 thumbs up so far. We're gonna try this little Slack pocket first. Just mess around, I guess. See what's around. All right. Pop a bait in here and see what happens. All right, I had a bite. Had a bite. I think it's a little sunfish. There we go. Oh! Oh no, he fell down. Not quite a little sunfish. We got ourselves a rock bass. I dropped him on the ground so he's covered in leaves, but there he is, rock bass. Cool. See what else is down there. Seven people in here, 13 thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the live chat because somehow I'm not getting any chats. I don't know if that's a chat glitch, which somehow I have all the time, or whether there's nobody actually chatting. Someone let me know. stuck. Oh no! Alright, we broke off. That kind of stinks. Let's rig up again. Going back to the same thing. Trout magnet, jig head, little plastic. Alrighty. I'm gonna try and reset the chat again. I'll double reset it, so give me a moment here. It's gonna look weird for a sec. Alright. We got another. It's a bigger rock bass. He's actually about the same. There you go. Oh, Ozarks is here. So the chat does for Rocco, number 2. Can't stay long, but I'll watch as long as I can. Thanks, Randy. I saw your message the other day about my package I sent you. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I will look forward to seeing the video. And Raptor Will's back. Cool. I was having like chat malfunctions, or people weren't there for a bit. I don't know. But yeah, there's a bunch of rock bass down here seemingly. We'll try and catch another one, and then we'll possibly move to another spot. So. There's at least another something down there. I just drove home from my campus. It was going to ask what we caught. Yeah, 2 rock bass. So, There's at least another something. I think it's a rock bass based upon the way it's biting. There's another something down there. Oh, we're stuck. We're stuck. Alright, so we lost another trout magnet jig head. We've traded a trout magnet jig head for a rock bass twice now. So I'm gonna tie on another one, then we're gonna get moving. It seems like there's a lot of snags down there. But before we do that, hold on. I do have a little, in theory, at least, it's supposed to be snagless bait. So we'll drop this down there, see if there's a smallmouth. Cool day, what's the temp? I don't know, 70 something. All right, one more cast and then we'll move. We're stuck. All right, 3 lost baits, 2 fish. Current count. Mid 70s by me, Randy. Highs 80 degrees. Hey, Super Cal. Alright, I think I'm going to put a little shad wrap on the casting rod. And we'll re-rig with another trout magnet jig head for the spinning here in a moment. Do that and then walk around for a bit. My next class starts at 1:25. So I want to give myself some time to, chill out, not just run directly from fishing to class. So, probably going to end this at the very latest by 1. So we got half an hour to an hour left. We got 2 fish on the board. Let's see how this casts. I'm just gonna rip it along the surface so I don't get it snagged. This is casting test. Yeah, that's perfect. I love that. All right, let's get a trout magnet jig head on. Alright, where's my little rod? Right there. 6 people in here, 14 thumbs up. Thank you guys. We got 2 fish on the board, 2 nice little rock bass. And we're about to move spots. Something felt weird for a second. Alright. We're back in business. Tackle box back in the bag. Bag on the back, and then we'll get moving. We're gonna go on the little walking bridge and fish from up there, see what happens. Hold on here a moment, let me get you straightened out. Alrighty. We're on the move again. On the move. So here's another spot we're gonna try, but I think I'm gonna try it from up top, I think. We could change our mind as soon as we get up there, but that's how I'm gonna start. All sorts of sunfish activity right there. And we'll bring you guys up like this. What's our bait? Well, we got a variety of things on. For the little guys, trout magnet jig head and some gulp worm. For bigger guys, we got a little rat trap on there, so I'm gonna go for a little guy because there's a bunch of them feeding. Legion Outside. I like the name. You new to the channel? I believe you are. What do we got? Oh yeah. We got ourselves a red breast sunfish. Beautiful. Let it focus. There we go. Red breast sunfish. Thanks, Legion Outside. I appreciate it. I'm gonna plop this guy right there. And then go cast for another one. Lost the majority of my tail there. Could catch those fellas all day. Yeah, little sunfish are always fun. We're gonna go for something a little bit bigger here shortly, but we got 2 rock bass and a red breast sunfish on the board for today. This is a brand new spot to me. It's my second week of college. I'm a college freshman, and this is 2 minutes away from campus. I've got a big break between my 2 classes today, so I came out here to give this a shot. And so far, it's turning out well. We got ourselves another red breast sunfish. Yeah, super close. I commute, so on my days when I get out early, I could hit any spot on the way back home pretty easily too. But today, I've got to be here for 2 classes. They're just super far apart. So having this spot super close to campus, so I can pop over here for a couple hours and then go back for my second class. So it's pretty nice. All right, let's let's see what the rattle trap has to offer in here. See if there's anything big lurking. From this vantage point, since I'm so high up, it's just skidding right along the surface. So I'm actually going to go over here. Whoa. Sorry about that. Put in the water, the faster water on the underside of the dam. Like, look at that. I'm going to drop it in there and see what's there. There's something sitting down there in the current. Keep fighting at it. bass. Another one. I'm gonna try live very soon. Got any tips? So for me, I tend to be like a wee bit of like, oh, it has to go this way. I tend to like, whoa, sorry, buddy, just dropped him. Let me take care of this for a second. I want it to go a very specific way. There's our rock bass, number 3. And you can't be that way on lives. You gotta just kind of go with the flow. That's why lives are fun, because it's unpredictable, and just lean into that. If you mess up your camera, that's okay. If the connection's fuzzy, that's okay. Just enjoy it for the community aspect. That's my only tip. If you can, do a little test of your connection before you go to that particular spot, because some spots are a lot worse than others. That's my best suggestion. If you want to talk about live fishing with people, talk to Anyfin Is Possible, who just popped in. He does live fishing pretty much every day, and he's got a big community that follows him for that. So, hey Bob, we're at a spot literally 2 minutes from campus. I've got oh, sorry, I got something in my throat. I've got a big break of classes today. First class ended at 9:55, and then I only have 2 classes. My second one starts at 1:25. So I lifted, and then we're out here doing a line at a brand new spot that I've never tried, just a few minutes from campus. We're just kind of dropping in this little zone here. There's a little dam below me. So we're dropping in the current below the dam, hopping it around, seeing what's in there. John P. Adventures. Thank you. Bike riding with you. Back to the fitness routine. Sweet. Oh, we had one, and I just rocketed that floor at my face. Goodness. Oh, he took my tail. Dang it. Gotta re-rig. He took the tail. Jeff Schaefer, that's Dad. Told him I'd be doing a live around this time, so he could come and check in on me if he wanted. Yeah, I got 3 rock bass, 2 sunfish. And I haven't really used the big rod for any bass or anything yet. I've mostly just been using the little rod. It's a really nice little spot. Bob, how'd your, I saw you were live this morning. How'd your live go? I saw it before I left for class this morning, because I commute, so I got a 40-some minute commute down here, so I left at about 8-ish this morning. Uh-oh, got a tangle. Smells better, it feels better. Like I told you today, I want to make him get off the bed, and I want to wash all his blankets. We just had one. He was biting at it. That felt like a small one. not too deep down there, but there's a good bit of current and stuff. 4 sunfish, slow, gotcha. Yeah, that is better than skunking for sure. Maybe with a ... What you thinking up here, Bob? I just had one. You got something. Oh, new species for the day. Bluegill. Bam. Yep. There's a lot of stuff in this creek. Smallies, largies, flatheads, trout, carp, sunfish, rock bass, suckers. Oh, there we go, another species. Smallmouth. He's a baby, but we got ourselves a smallie. Oh, he like head dove. That was perfect. Leftover stromboli from Monday night for lunch right now. Sweet. I've got a good week ahead of me. I got today, we got Bible study today. I'm doing a little fishing live. All good stuff. Tomorrow, Eagles football starts. I'm doing a fantasy football draft right before the game. We got, or at least that's the general plan. Friday is my day. I only have one class and it's done at 10, so I got the rest of the day. Saturday, going to visit my girlfriend at college. Good stuff going on this week. Should be a fun one. Alright, we're stuck. We're stuck good. And we broke off. No, we didn't. Oh, look at that. We're great. We bent the hook out, but I can just bend that back. Let's go here. Bend my hook back. We'll then try on this side again. There's a nice little log down at the other end of the bridge. Try that for a sec. So I have probably my 2 most enjoyable classes today. So Wednesday's a good day. I got a nice big break. And my 2 most enjoyable classes, which is Chem Lab, because you get to do fun stuff in Chem Lab. And we got statics, which I like because, I'm a weird nerdy engineering major. So I don't know if my dad's still watching, but my dad's an engineer. For him. We got into 3D vector stuff today, which was interesting. So, somewhat difficult, but good stuff. Alrighty. Let's do one of these maneuvers. Take you all down here. There's a lot of people down this way. Someone else with a tripod walking around. I don't know. I think they're doing photography, not live streaming fishing. Just a guess. Alright, so this section has got some nice little log action. We're gonna try in here. I like the other side better here. So section's real deep. Will Stromboli has mozzarella, ham, sausage, green peppers, red onions. Delicious. Small size they offered and still huge. Sweet.
You got one carry.
Check the battery. Will still has a piece to eat later. Will sounds like a happy man right now.
These guys are picking up the fish. You see that fishing pole?
Okay, where is these two going?
They're just looking at the trail over there.
Oh.
Like on this trail.
I am, also because I'm going fishing in the Manasquan Reservoir after I get everything loaded in the car. Sweet. Alrighty. I like this spot down here. There's a little slack water back in here. Let's show you. Check that out. A little slack water right there. Gonna drop it in there, see what happens. Molly. Ozarks is back. Slingshot video out. Hope to watch it this evening. I do. Is it like older? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, oh, sorry. Sorry for the stutter there. The members only slinging video. That one. Yeah. Smallmouth. time is it? 12:30. Oh my gosh, keep kicking the tripod. I'm gonna go back to the spot that I caught a couple off the dam here, and then I'm probably gonna start working my way down, or actually upstream rather. See what's up there as far as other fishing prospects. Chuck you guys right here. Probably not the wisest position, so I'm going to move from there. Ooh, I don't know what that was. Good one though. Fishing is a little bit funner than work. Yep. Alright, one cast here, one more. And then I'm going to move at least for a little bit. We're gonna go upstream, possibly target something a little bit bigger.
Trying to catch something.
Let's see what he caught.
I actually want to take one cast over there. I didn't see that before. There's a little rock outcropping in the water right there. That's a good cast. Oh, I see a big carp. I see a big carp down there. One more cast in there. Last cast I put in there was a big carp, so. Something. Another smallie. Maybe I won't move just yet. Smallie. Head dive. Perfect. Ooh, what is that one? Really dark rock bass. Your third last cast. Well, I didn't see this spot before, and now it's producing fish. So, that's a dark one. I changed angles, and now I decided I wanted to stay. Oh. There's a lot of fish sitting behind this one rock. We got another something. Another rock bass. Little bonanza in here now. Another Rocco. There we go. Can I see the spot I'm casting to? Yes. So if you can see that big rock, behind it there's another rock. And they're all sitting in between those two. So there you go. Ooh, that's a weird cast. This might be a problem. Alright, I got it out. Alright, one more. If I don't get a bite, I'm leaving. If I get a bite, I'm staying. I got a bite. I lost my bait anyway, so I gotta re-rig, put another bait on the hook. Four people in here, 20 thumbs up. Alright. There we go, that's perfect cast. If we don't get that, I'm moving. Alright, no bite, we're moving. I'm go grab my stuff, be back in a sec.
It's like that Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, I think it's on Starbucks. Is it the girls there? Okay, good. Joshua, come on! Okay, get a hold of it, get a hold.
Alright.
He's okay. He's not gonna flip over.
Alright, we're moving again.
Joshua.
Tucking the legs. Alright, now we're good. Go down this way. Alright. Penn State sucks. Well, I go there, so. I guess I'm allowed to wear the hat of the college I'm attending. Alright, we're gonna try the bigger rod for a sec. Oh my gosh. Stinking rocketed it all the way to the other side of the creek. I'm at the Berks campus. I'm fishing about 2 minutes from campus right now. I got a big break in my classes today. So I'm taking a little moment to do a fishing live. It's 12:43. I gotta end this live around 1 o'clock, so. This thing casts like a dream. In what aspects common sense, with a C, common sense, as in parts of a dollar? In what aspect does Penn State suck? You talking about sports? You talking about their education? I'm curious. No, I'm not trying to get to university campus. So I have a scholarship to come here to Berks. I commute. I live at my own home, and I commute here. It's a lot less money. and it's the only other campus other than University Park where I can get a mechanical engineering degree, do all 4 years in the same spot. So I'm planning to stay here. That means I can continue to go to my church, which is really, really important to me. I love my church community. Obviously, there's a great fellowship of believers in a lot of other churches as well, but if I get to stay with my church, that'd be awesome. If I can continue doing my fishing stuff without having to pack it all into a dorm, do all my other projects. I can't keep my my bows that I shoot here on the channel. I can't keep them on campus with me, so it makes commuting a desirable option in that regard as well. I almost went there to play at hockey, but when I say Penn State sucks and fun. Yeah, I imagine some people are just there to cause a stir. Like the same way I'm an Eagles fan, and I'd walk up to a Dallas fan and say that to them, because that's what Philly fans say to Dallas fans. But yeah, we're just casting around a little rattle trap right now, giving this a whirl. We've been catching boatloads of fairly small fish, and I can go back to that if I want, but we're giving it a shot for something a little bit bigger to see if something's out there. So far nothing, so let's catch another little fish. So do you play hockey at Iowa then? Did you say you almost went to Penn State to play hockey? Do you play hockey at Iowa? Alright, there's something. I think that's a red breast sunfish again. Yep. Red breast sunfish. We can catch little fish all we want. We're just not catching anything of much consequence size-wise today. I think we play you guys this year. I think Penn State plays Iowa. We usually do. There's a couple teams we typically play. I forget when it is, but I actually went to Canada to play hockey, but Iowa, Penn State are bitter rivals in football and wrestling. Yep, indeed, I know that. I wouldn't say they're rivals in wrestling. Penn State's beat them for what, like 11 years straight? Aren't they like 11-year champions or something like that? Something nuts in Penn State wrestling. I have a bunch of buddies who wrestled in high school, and they knew someone who went to Penn State for wrestling. That's like the pinnacle of success in high school wrestling, because like if you go to Penn State, you're really doggone good. Back to work for you. All right, sorry about that, Randy. Thanks for stopping in. You're not going to be missing much. We're going to be heading back to the truck in the next probably 8 minutes or so. I think that's another red breast. Oh yeah. Red breast. Iowa owned wrestling in my day, back in 2010. Gotcha. You can look it up. I think Penn State hasn't lost they haven't lost the wrestling championship in like at least 8 years, something like that. It's something crazy. I don't know what the exact numbers are. You can look it up and report back, so that way I have that number stored in my brain, but it's something crazy. We get that time. Bluegill. Much older than you, pushing 40 in 2 years. There you go. Yeah, I am currently at college, so. You have had your time at college. So you were in from what I'm gathering here, you said you were in college in 2010. So I was born in '07. So this little spot right here could definitely be great carp water. It's nice and slow, some weeds. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Nice and slow with some weeds. This is good looking carp territory. And we got now another blue. Yeah, this is a nice spot. I mean, carp, smallmouth are going to be like primary things of consequence that I could come here and get. I don't mind catching a bunch of rock bass and sunfish and baby smallmouth, but I'd like to get a little bit. Penn State is good at wrestling now. It used to be Iowa, Ohio State. Make me feel old. Started college in '07 at community college first. Yeah, I was born in '07. Looks good for carp. What about trout? Is it cold enough for them? They say, there's a sign downstream that they say this is a year-round trout stock section, which is definitely interesting. There's not many of those. I know of one other in my area, but it's a 40-minute commute to get from my house up here, and the other spot I know is about 10 minutes in the other direction of my house. So time is 52. Don't have much more time. Deep enough for trout, not many natural rivers for them anymore. Yeah, it's fairly deep. I don't know how fast does this fall. It takes like 2 seconds per foot. Let's see how long this takes to fall as far as I can cast it out. It's 7 feet-ish, 6 or 7, out in the middle. In PA, I assume. What parts? I live in New Jersey now. I'm about 20 minutes outside of King of Prussia, is where I'm from. 20 minutes this way. Penn State Berks is in Reading, so if you know, I mean, those are fairly well-known cities if you live in New Jersey. So you should generally know where that is. Do lots of outdoor stuff. Archery, working on some gold panning stuff, lots of fishing, camping, slingshots, sling, bushcrafting stuff, lots of stuff. What's the battery percentage at? 11%. So we'll walk back up to the truck at 55. So we got 2 minutes. See if we can catch one more something and then call it a day. It was a good little day. We caught a bunch of species, nothing big, but common sense. Let me know how your profile name came about. Like, I could see you being a rich guy who likes Thomas Paine, or I don't know. because you changed out the sense with an S for sense with a C. So Thomas Paine, but you're rich. I don't know. How's it going? We caught lots of fish today, but they've all been tiny. We are at a brand new spot that never fished at before. Second week of college. This is 2 minutes from campus, and I have a big break between classes today, so I decided I'd come out here, give this a shot. My classes start back up at 1:25, so within the next couple minutes, I'm going to be packing it up, heading back. It's a 2-minute drive back to campus, literally 2, so we're good on the time front. But oh, I just had a fish. Come on. There we go. Something to end the day. A little baby bluegill. That's going to be our last one for today. We'll be back to this spot. This spot's got lots of potential for lots of different things, seemingly. So we'll be back here. And it's super close to campus. So on my Wednesdays when I got this giant break, or my Fridays when I get out early, we can do some stuff here. Or just less a play on words, fairly sarcastic. Yeah, I get the play on words part. I'm just like, of all the play on words in the world that you could decide to go with for your username, why that one? I'm curious. Sometimes too curious. That's why my channel is called Mission Discovers, because I just experiment, bring you guys along for the ride. A lot of times I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it and document the progress of it. So yeah. I mean, my most recent project, I taught myself how to be a bow mechanic for my for 1996 compound bow. I designed 3D printed parts for it. I took the whole thing apart, put it back together to get it working again. And before that point, I never even shot a compound bow, and I was taking the thing apart, putting it back together. So I do a lot of experimenting. I guess that's why I'm an engineer, or going to be an engineer. That's what I'm in school for. So, alrighty. Well, the phone's running low on battery, and I'm starting to run low on time. I'm gonna give myself a good buffer. As I said, it only takes a couple minutes to get back to campus, but I want to give myself some time. And yeah, gonna head back there now. Walk you guys back up to the truck. We've got 8% battery, so we can get ourselves back up to the truck before the phone dies on us. And then I'll sign off there. All right, let's bring this down. All right, just like that. Not a lot of people have basic common sense anymore, so I thought it fit well. Both my brothers are engineer, good career field. Yeah, my dad's an engineer. I know a bunch of them who work with him. My godfather, my girlfriend's dad, they're both engineers as well. So I know quite a few of them. I've got lots of exposure to that, and obviously the things I enjoy, messing around, tinkering with stuff, fixing stuff, solving problems, all fits in that vein. I took Calc 1, Calc 2, Physics 1, Physics 2 in high school, got credit for them in college so I could skip them. And I liked all that, performed well in that, so I said, yeah, let's give this a shot, go do engineering. Here's our bridge. All right, so the phone's at 5% battery. Let's get the power bank plugged in just so we can get to the truck without it dying on us. Hopefully we can get it. Bear with me for a moment as I move the camera. All right, we got it. All right. I'm just kind of putting stuff back together. All right, there we go. We're not gonna die. Ugh. One brother majored in the Army as an engineer. Let's not lose my wallet, that's important. And the other brother's a flight engineer in the private sector. Huh, that's pretty cool. It was nice meeting you. I'll check back another time. Good luck with school. Go Iowa on October 18th. Well, I agree with everything until the last sentence. We'll have a little battle there, but I appreciate you coming in. Thanks for talking. It's always enjoyable getting to meet new people. I appreciate it. Hey, Skeeter, we're just closing it down. I caught a boatload of fish today at a brand new spot, and yeah, now I'm heading back to class. I had a huge break in between my two classes today, so this spot is 2 minutes from campus. Came here, tried out for the first ever time, and it went pretty well. So we caught, like, I'm rough estimating, but like 5 little smallmouth, about 5 rock bass, a whole bunch of bluegills, some red breast sunfish. I saw a carp. There's some good potential for this spot, and it's really beautiful. And only 2 minutes away from campus is something I can't pass up. So yeah, I'll definitely be back. How you been, Skeeter? Have carp fever now that you caught that one the other day? Walking back up to the truck, and then drive back over to campus, chillax for a couple minutes before I have chem lab for 2.5 hours. Ugh. But no, chem lab should be fun. Tractor. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is, tractor. Trying to work on more stealth cams. Huh. There you go. Back up to the truck I go. Whew. My legs are tired, so in my break today, which started at 10 o'clock, I lifted for an hour and then came down here and did this live. And I did leg day, so walking up this hill is way more unpleasant than it should be. It's not a bad hill at all. What am I doing today? So I'm at class. Well, at campus. I think you know this, I commute, so drove 40 minutes up here this morning for my 9 o'clock class, and then I've only got 2 today. I have my 9 to 10 engineering mechanics statics course, and then from 125 to 355. Yeah, 125 to 355. I've got my chem lab, and I just got a giant gap in the middle. Obviously, I'm not going to go 40 minutes home and then drive 40 minutes back, so I got to find something to do. So I did a lift and came down here, did this live. Now I'm going back. Actually, hold up here a minute. I'm just realizing I'm going straight back to the parking lot, so I should put these in the cab. You don't think anybody would take one, but you know. So I just keep the stuff in the cab. Alrighty, well, it's 1:05, class starts at 1:25, 2-minute drive back to campus. I need to empty the bladder, get some water, that sort of thing. So I'm gonna head back to campus. I appreciate everyone who stopped in for the live. It was really fun. Caught some fish, got to scout out a brand new spot, and yeah, pretty darn good. I appreciate everyone who came in, and I'll see you guys next time. I might be doing a live on Friday because I get off classes early, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Adios.